Morning, Gogglefroggers, and how are you this wonderful Monday morning? Hopefully you're having a lovely, lovely day. Yes, and he's just appearing. Our wonderful co-host, Mr. Gogglefrogs himself, Robert, is in the room. So lovely to see you, Robert, and I'm sure you'll tell everybody how you are. But I think after this, he's got to have a good long sleep. So, Robert, always doing too much for other people. So lovely, lovely, lovely to have you on the couch with me. Well, I'm on a chair, you're in your shit seat. We're not sat next to each other, but never mind. It's as good as it gets in lockdown, isn't it? So good morning, this is Gogglefrogs. I'm Angela and this is the lovely Robert. And for the next hour we will talk about who knows what, although I have got two things on my agenda today, so I'm very structured today. But we will chat. So it's obligatory that you must have a drink. Mine's just brewing in the kitchen, so I'll get mine in a minute. So tea, coffee, water, who knows? You might even want a tipple, because in France you have your first coffee at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And then by 10 o'clock in the morning, you should be having an aperitif. So some people will be having a drink at the moment. And hopefully you've got your knitting. So I'm on my arms. I'm just starting my arms, which is always good. On my jumper, I don't call them sleeves, they're called arms. And so we will chat for the next hour. Now, in the chat box, you'll notice the chat box on the right-hand side that you can comment in, you can get to know people. And if this is your first time, please let us know where you're from, where you're watching us from. Hello to everybody on replay. On replay, you can't see the comments, which is why we read everything out. And hello to everyone on YouTube as well. We've got a Facebook page, which is Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter. I think you might still find it with Knit and Natter, but Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter, and that's the group. There's 3 little questions, just answer them and you will be welcomed in with open arms. And we also have a website as well, gogglefrogs.co.uk. So for the next 58 minutes, what are we going to talk about? Who knows? But something that we do have is we've got people who post in our Facebook group. So we're going to share what's been put in the Facebook group. And oh my word, was I inspired over the weekend. Because after Saturday's show, I started to look at what Lopey was all about. Or Lopey, I don't know how you pronounce it in Icelandic. But oh my word, have I seen some patterns, and I wanted all of them. So I'll show you a little bit of that later as well, which was lovely. Anyway, Robert, how are you? Because I'm sure everybody wants to know how you are.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. There's feedback, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me refresh.
Because we never quite know where the feedback's coming from. I can guarantee that there'll be knitting, there'll be chatting, and there may be technical hitches. So let's have a quick look and see if that helps.
Is it me or is it you? Oh, that seems to have fixed it.
All right, okay. Goody.
Yeah, so I'm very well, thank you. So I had my op Wednesday, which went really well. Saw the consultant on Saturday, and he was really pleased. Fell asleep during goggles on Saturday, woke up about 3 hours later. Yesterday, Gary had to go out shopping, so I was left alone and thought, oh, I'll enjoy the peace. We had a bit of a catch up, didn't we? And even during the call to you, you said to me, go and sleep. And I think I woke up about 2 hours after that. And then this morning I've got up, and in a bid to try and get my house back a little bit, because I had my hospital bag still out, the dining room table's covered with rubbish. I had a quilt and pillows on the sofa and the cushions all over the floor. I thought, oh, I'll just do a little bit. But the quilt and pillowcases needed to go up to the spare room, which had washing up, which then meant taking the washing down. And yeah, I've just overdone it a little bit this morning. So, but I will sit and relax for the rest of the day and sleep again in a little bit. So,
because you have been told not to do anything more than picking up a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But you're like me, you don't
No.
listen, do you?
I'm taking medication as well, which always makes me feel groggy.
Sorry, what makes you feel
Medication.
groggy? Oh, it's not nice. But it's absolutely fabulous to have you back with us. You just need to be really careful, because the more you do now, the longer the recovery is. So the less you do now, the shorter the recovery, and you'll be back to normal. Although I know, because in your mind you just think, oh, I just feel a bit tired. You just work like an absolute trooper anyway. So yeah, so we're gonna have to tell him off if we see him doing too many things, aren't we? Which isn't easy to do with a smile like that, is it? So yeah, so shall we say some good mornings
Definitely.
to people? Fabulous. I'm just getting to
That's
the
right,
end of my row.
As I haven't got anything out yet.
Oh, fab. Then I'll get my cup of tea in a minute.
So we start with Trisha. Good morning, Trisha. We have
Morning.
Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. We have
Morning.
Safi. Good morning, Safi.
Morning,
We have Marion and
Safi.
Marion. Good morning, Marions.
Morning,
We have
morning.
Linda. Good morning, Linda. We have
Morning.
Judy. Good morning, Judy.
Hello,
We have
Judy.
Janice. Good morning, Janice. We have Denise.
Morning.
Good morning, Denise. We have
Morning.
Deborah. Good morning, Deborah. And
Morning.
we have Brigitte. Good morning, Brigitte.
Morning, Brigitte.
So let's catch up with some chat. So we start with Brigitte, who reminds us it's episode 204.
Oh my word.
Sarah says good morning. Deborah says morning, everyone. Brigitte says good to see Mr. Gogglefrogs back. Judy says hello, everyone. Good to see you, Robert. Linda says good morning, everybody, on this foggy old day. Deborah says lovely to see you, Robert. You look well. Thank you. Tricia says morning, very foggy, not froggy. Denise says good morning. She's having connection issues. Tricia then said feedback. Robert's joining us from another dimension. Then I came back and Brigitte said I was okay. Denise still having issues. Sarah says knit and napping. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Tricia says I think we all try to push things, but do take care. Denise says Brigitte says Denise, hers is okay. I think that means picture and sound. Marion said just popped in to say good morning, not 100%. Oh no, poor you.
Oh, Marion, I hope you're okay soon. So sorry.
If you need anything, I'm sure somebody will be able to come out and make sure you get what you need. Although she's disappeared very quickly.
Yeah, I will be hurtling past your door, well, the end of the road, probably in about an hour and a half. So if you need anything, please let me know. Yeah.
But yeah, she has disappeared already. So.
So hopefully you'll be better soon. But let us know. I can drop anything off that you may need.
So how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good, thank you. Yeah, had a walk yesterday and the day before, which was lovely. I mean, yesterday morning it was quite grey in the morning, wasn't it? But then it came out this wonderful sunshine. And we had a lovely walk the day before, which was great. And what else? Oh yes, I'll show you my jumper in a minute. Well, this is. I've suddenly realised that there's something, and I know some people are going to say you can't do it that way, Angela, because you have to put it all together a different way. But I do find that we have a lot of unfinished objects, UFOs, that are front, back, two sleeves, i.e. the stitching the damn things together is the most difficult thing. So a lot of them sit there in a carrier bag. And sometimes we find it quite difficult to gauge how long the arms should be, etc. So what I did was I finished the back of my jumper at the weekend. So this is the front of my jumper. and that's the back of the jumper. And what I did was I sewed up there, and I sewed up the sides straight away. So when I've actually finished the arms, all I've got to do is put the arms in. And also on the front, there's this beautiful, like, it looks really complicated, but it's not. Hang on, which way? Right. So there it is. That's the front of it. And you have this lovely design all around here, really, really simple. But then you had to take about 8 stitches off, and then you've got to continue that. So that's going to be the last little job. And all it is just to extend that and then to sew it together. But I'm sort of thinking, they said to actually do a piece. I'm just going to pick up a stitch each way. So I don't have to stitch that either. All I'll have to do is stitch the 2 little bits together because I don't want the join there or there. So that's it. So I did that at the weekend, which I found really, really good, because then setting in 2 sleeves is really, really easy, isn't it? That's just a little job, rather than, I always think you need the whole day to sew something together just in case you're not happy with how it falls. But what I love about that wool is it is so heavy that even if it was slightly off center, or if you've done a couple of extra rows at one side, it's going to pull it so you don't get that funny tweak on the shoulder that you get with some lighter yarns. So I have to say, as soon as I've sewn it together, it just fell perfectly. So really, really enjoying it. I was going to try it on. I thought, no, you've done. If you try it on, if you're not 100%, you might not finish the arms off. So that's why I haven't tried it on yet. And also, it's really good to gauge the sleeves, because you're not quite sure where those shoulders fit unless you put them on. And a lot of the time, the sleeves may be too long for me. So really, really happy that that's done now. So my illusion cardigan is taking shape, which is fab. And then on Saturday night, I was so tired that I started doing the sleeves. I thought, oh, this is different. Maybe this is how, maybe this extra little curl bit is for where it's inset. I then suddenly realised it was like, now there's that jumper, the 2-tone jumper, and there's that jumper that I'm doing, which is the illusion. So I'd actually done the sleeves to the 2-tone one. I was halfway up here. And I thought, no, because I actually need a nice little rib. Can you see? To match the rib there. So I frogged that on, was it Saturday night or Sunday morning? I can't remember which one it was, but I frogged a little bit. So now we're back on with this. And I have to say, I always find, when you start doing the cuffs, oh my word, they look about this wide, don't they, until the rib comes into it, and then they suddenly ping into the right size. But I must admit, when the number of stitches that I cast on, I thought, there's no way that's going to be a cuff. It's more like a blooming neck. But thankfully it's all bunched up, so it will be a nice little cuff now. So that was my weekend. A little bit of knitting. So
Sarah says that's the order that she sews things together when she's making them out of fabric. As long as all the seams get done, it doesn't matter. Brigitte says your jumper is coming along beautifully. She finds it easier to sew the sleeves in when only the shoulders are sewn up. Amber says good morning. Good morning, Amber. Lovely to see you today. Morning. And she says she's glad that I'm okay. Linda says good morning. Good morning, Linda. Janice says she's partway through sewing up and have joined one shoulder seam so she could do the neckband and then sew up the other shoulder, and now it's in a bag because she's been asked to do a kid's jumper.
Oh, that's fab. Oh, so we all do them differently, but I just find I did like a tunic top in Beachcomber, I think 3 years ago, and it is finished. The only thing I want to do is sew the blinking thing together. We're now at another summer, and I'm sure at some point they're going to discontinue Beachcomber. But it's quite a nice design. It's a thick and thin design. It's very cottony. The colour's lovely, but it's just sewing the blanking thing together. And I wouldn't mind, when you've got a thick and thin, you really can't go wrong with knitting it together, can you? You just can't, because you can't see how it fits. It's just the whole sewing together. So yeah, got that, and I've got a whole cardigan, my Baramu cardigan that needs to get frogged as soon as we can get together, Robert. And I'd like it back in rhubarb cakes, please. So that would be really good, because I'm going to start that again at some point this summer, and do it with a much smaller shoulder, because I want it as one that I can wear a lot. So I'm not going to modify it. So that needs doing again. So yeah, got lots to get done. And I'm reknitting so many things.
Sarah says, sewing up is so quick, why would you stop at that point? She's offered to drive to your house and sew up all your UFOs.
Yes! That's definitely.
And then Georgie has just joined. Good morning, Georgie.
Oh.
Right, should we have some music so you can make your cup of tea?
I would love to, because I boiled the kettle, and I am a bit. I've only had one cup so far this morning. So what on earth has Robert picked for us today? I know everybody loves Saturday mornings, bare-chested, yeah, which was quite tongue-in-cheek actually. So I have no idea what we're having today.
Sorry, what was that?
He fell asleep at the beginning of the show. On Saturday morning show, me and Marion were laughing because just before the show went live, Alex was saying about came right up to the screen like and didn't realise that people come into the room before we go live. So Marion, bless her, came on to the back room just before the show goes live, and Alan's there, fully bare-chested, and I don't know who was more shocked, Marion or Alan.
I was trying to put together what that meant with regard to the music, but never mind.
And glam rock, they had bare chests, and in the comments it said all bare chests. So that's where
I think I fell asleep just after the music.
Or he fell asleep with my explanation, because I think it's funny, but I don't get jokes. So my sense of humour is weird. So it's more to the point that you fell asleep with my sense of humour, Robert.
Right. So we're going to do something different for March for music. And I'm not going to tell you what. We're just going to go for it. Here we go.
That's fab. Thank you. Always brings a smile, doesn't it? Because you always forget about it. And then when it goes live, you just think, oh, I really like that.
So it has set a theme for the month. I'm not going to give it away, but... It's based around something I've got up our sleeve for our first birthday as well.
All right.
So there we go.
Okay.
So we'll see if we can guess as we go through.
Really doesn't tell me everything, does it?
Right. So Brigitte says Sarah is the same with backstitching across stitch designs. People try and avoid them. I had to try and video tutor my sister on backstitching. Cross stitch over the weekend. Nightmare. Honestly, just absolute nightmare. Tricia says you can always pick up the stitches around the armhole and work down using short row shaping.
I am toying. Well, I was toying with that, but then I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to do a normal one.
Sarah says, Brigitte, I do entire hand sewn projects in backstitch. I then went on to say full volume, everybody. Sarah says, is this from the Olympics? Yes, it was. Brigitte says, Rowan, he's brilliant. Linda says, love him. Tricia says, fab. Georgie says, I do love Rowan Atkinson. Sarah says, one of her friends opened for the European Games in 2019. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Janice says, not as mad as Mr. Bean, but this is brilliant. Sarah says he was amazing in Love Actually as the annoying shop assistant. Yeah, so recently there was a thread that went around that said that so for those of you who haven't seen it, in Love Actually, Rowan Atkinson plays a shop assistant who serves Alan Rickman, who's buying a gift for his secretary / love interest, but the theory is that Rowan Atkinson knew that he was married and that he wasn't buying it for his wife, so he took an awfully long time to wrap the gift as a deterrent for him buying it in the first place. But there we go. Then Brigitte says, at Janice, I thought he was brilliant in Maigret. Deborah says, Simon Rattle used to go to the school my husband and I taught at. My husband's office, brackets, he was the head, was apparently Sir Simon's practice room when he was at school. Oh! Janice says, yes, Brigitte loved the Maigret stories he did. Linda says, can someone tell me what's going on? I can't see or hear the music. Oh no, Linda, I'm so sorry. I hope you can hear us now. We've come back live.
You're back in a minute.
Amber says that she enjoyed the music, and Sarah says, Linda, it was a performance of Chariots of Fire, I think from the 2012 Olympics opening ceremony, featuring Rowan Atkinson on the keyboard. Yes, I'm sure Rowan Atkinson wasn't actually playing because he did a lot of strange moves, but the music carried on playing. So there we go. So I've Linda, in case you missed it, I've set the theme for March's music, which will include a very special birthday culmination. And don't forget, folks, we do still do musical dedications. So if there's something that you want, then please do let us know. We also do birthday dedications. And we do have a birthday today for a Frogger, but they're not actually in the room at the moment. So I think I'm assuming they're not going to join us now as it's nearly past. But I do think we should do the happy birthday anyway. So yes, if you want a birthday dedication or a musical dedication, please do just let us know. Oh, Angela's coming back. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Medication. And Tracy, yes, it is Viv's birthday. So on that note, shall we play Happy Birthday for Viv? You can let her know that we did it. So here we go. Let's do this very different Happy Birthday today. I'm going to try and mix up the Happy Birthday music a little bit, I think, after last week's successes. So just one that I picked at random. Here we go.
So that was fabulous. I love their little hats as well.
So there's one that I am going to play at some point. I shared it with you last week, Angela, and it's very, very tongue-in-cheek, very appropriate because it's got frogs in. But we decided not to play it last week, but we will play it. I'm going to make a point of playing it at some point. So there we go.
Yeah. Sarah says it's her birthday next week. What day is it, Sarah? Let us know.
You all right?
Sorry, no, I thought I had what are they? A pheasant in the garden, but it's not. It's a very, 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 very big pigeon, and from a distance, it looks rather big. So Sarah's is the 9th, and Tracy's is Gogglefrog's birthday as well. So rather exciting times. Really, really exciting.
Does
hang on a minute.
Tracy, you're not going to be here for Gogglefrog's birthday? What's that?
Sorry.
Wait, leave him alone.
Huh?
Hello.
Sorry, I was just about to show. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. My ball of wool is gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
You know, I started Splodge playing with my. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can show you.
Oh.
So this is a feral cat that has never, ever, ever played in 8 years. But then we put a little bit of fiord on the on a piece of wood, and I could see Splodge eyeing up my ball of wool. My ball of wool is gone. And Splodge is playing with it. So you know, it's fabulous that a feral actually starts to play, which is lovely. I don't know who's going to win with this, whether I'm going to win the wool or whether Splodger's going to win the wool, but this is quite funny. Oh dear. So, sorry, I was going to say something else until all of a sudden I felt this tug on my wool. Oh dear. Oh, so anyway, yeah, so the cat's got my wool now. I've trained Splodge to play, so Splodge thinks whenever there's wool out, that's mine now. So sorry, you were saying about Tracy and her birthday, so sorry about that.
I just wondered whether she would be spending her birthday with us. And then Brigitte says that she spent her evening with us as they had dinner before. Sarah says cat cam, and Tracy says that's so funny, your knitting is no longer safe.
No. And may I just add, this is where everybody walks through, so it's an absolute mess. This whole rug and everything, it was nice one day, but it will go in the bin when my husband's finished walking through with boots.
I have a grommet out of my feet.
I'll have you. Tofi! I know he can't hear me, but hello, gorgeous.
Yeah, he's grumpy because he's on medicine at the moment and he doesn't like it, and he won't eat his medicine, and now he's hungry.
Oh.
Linda says my granddaughter likes to make trails around the house with my wall, which I then have to follow. Oh. That's so cute. Linda says I dare you to get it back. My birthday is Friday.
Oh no. No, oh, he's found the middle bit, the ball, and you just pulled the mummy middle bit.
Oh.
Hilarious. Please have some cat biscuits or something, please.
Tracy says, of course she'll be with us, no contest. Apparently I've trained Tofi well. No, he just wants food. But to be fair, they don't play with my wool. Or very, very rarely. I think like 4 times in 12 years, 15 years, they've played with my wool. However, when it goes rolling across the floor, that's open season, as far as they're concerned. And Sarah says she has a sleepy dog on the sofa. She's too hot in the sun. Oh, it'd be nice to have some sun.
Yeah. Oh, where's the sun? Sarah, where is the sun?
Very grey here.
Yeah, it is very, very, very grey. But hey ho, it's a lovely day because we're knitting. So anyway, I had a couple of bits of things to tell you today, and first of all, it's actually about a company that I've bought quite a few things from off, and it's Bar You. And I don't know if anyone else gets their emails, but got an email a little while ago saying that the pandemic's really hit them. I think it was about 2 years ago. They had to shut the shop, and then they became a co-op. And anyway, it got to the point where they actually went out to all of their subscribers and they said, look, could we do a crowdfund or donations, etc., to keep things going? Anyway, they've raised about £16,000, which is brilliant. So it's going to be able to keep their business going through this next stage of our pandemic. So I just thought that was worth a mention. I sent them a little email from Gogglefrogs this morning, just saying well done, and that's really good to hear. That they've reached out and they've got that support from people, so that's brilliant. Because they do some fabulous designs. Their wool is amazing. They're Yorkshire born and bred, and they stick to their traditions. They have said that to continue they're going to have to diversify and stock a few other different wools, I believe. But it's just nice to see that there's another company found a way to hang in there. So absolutely fabulous. So if anybody was thinking of buying anything from them, then please do. It's probably the right time to buy from them, although I checked this morning, a lot of their stuff's out of stock. So, which is fabulous. So that's really, really good. But I think that's a really nice little good news story, isn't it? Rather than shutting up shop, they said, let's go out there and see if anyone will help us. And there was lots of help. So that was brilliant. So I really, really like that little story. And I have got a couple of projects that, again, are still half finished. Well, one is actually finished.
You've got a blanket, haven't
the
you?
cardigan. Yeah, there's the cardigan that I actually learned the I-cord bind off for to edge it all in. So that all needs frogging, just to make it the right size. It was too big. It was too big, and I don't like wearing jumpers that are really big and sloppy, unless they're really thin like this one. This is fine. So that needs redoing. And on the blanket as well, it's a Gansey repeat. It's out of their book Yorkshire Shores, which is fabulous. It's reduced at the moment, and it's a 12-row repeat, and I've done an extra row, and I can really see that just one row is out. So, if it was one of the darker colours, I wouldn't have noticed, but it's actually the lightest colour, so I need to go back and frog that as well. But their stuff's just beautiful. I love their wool. I really do. Right, I can get my wool back now because Splodge has gone, thankfully. So, and on to the next thing. On Saturday's show, who was it who mentioned Lopey or Lopey? I don't know how you pronounce it. So something in the chat, but I just wanted to give a bit of an overview of it. So just before we go on there, Brigitte says she'd lose her rag if anyone or anything messed with her wool. Splodge is just too cute. I can't get mad with Splodge, I really can't. Sarah says Southampton. Fabulous. Do you know, I've got friends in Southampton. That's yeah, I've got friends near there, I believe. I will. When I'm able to travel, I will. Is it Leon the Solent? That's not too far away from there, I don't think. Deborah says listening at the moment, but have to do boring things afterwards. Oh, I know, we always have to do that, don't we? I've got to drive quite a long way today because I need to sort out some. Well, it's getting, you know, it's like we're in a pandemic, but you still have to get witness statements and stuff like that for legal stuff. So you have to go around the country, leave something there, go back 2 weeks and say, can you sign that please? So all good stuff, but it's just a bit of a strange time at the moment. Anyway, the Lopey stuff, I said I'd do a little bit of research, so I hope you're sitting comfortably. So the Lopey jumpers are spun in, it's a kind of unspun yarn. So until I can get a hold of a ball of this, I really can't understand what it means. However, what they do use, it's saying the characteristics of the Icelandic wool that they use. Icelandic sheep is really unique. The strain's been protected by centuries of isolation and a total absence of contact with others. So that's really quite interesting, isn't it? By the same token, the wool it produces has no counterpart anywhere. Evolving over 1,000 years of exposure to subarctic climate, Icelandic wool has the distinctive combination of both the inner and outer fibres. So I think in our wool, I'm not too sure which ones we use, but certainly when we look at Peruvian, it's the inner wool that's used, isn't it? So I think we use the out. I don't know what we use, but that's quite interesting. So the outer fibres are really long, glossy, tough, and water resistant, while the inner ones are fine, soft, and insulating, providing a high resistance to cold. Further striking characteristic of the Iceland sheep is its natural colours of black, grey and brown, as well as the usual white. Together these create the distinctive look of Icelandic knitwear, one of the best known examples of which is the Lopey. So with the Lopey cutters, that's the same at the front and back. You know how we make them lower at the front, exactly the same, front and back. So knitting probably went started in the 16th century, and then in the at the time. In the mid-20th century, at a time when imports had displaced older and more traditional Icelandic clothing, people began to search for new ways to utilise the plentiful native wool and knitting skills, and that's when this came out. So absolutely amazing stuff. I don't understand how it is unspun. And I know I have seen something. I don't know if it was Norro. They had colours, and it was like a long circle. And what you had to do was put it in. You knitted it in to display different colours, but that was like unspun. So I don't know what it's going to be like, but I am going to get some. But it means I will have to import it. So Icelandic sheep. I also posted a company which is Lopey Design, and they've got lots and lots of different patterns. Some of them are free. Lots of them have got the beautiful banding around there. They've got little children's dresses, and they are beautiful. What I did say, I've just seen that they've got a dress as well. I did put in there that this is Icelandic krona and not Danish krona, because the Danish krona are worth an awful lot more. So I think the patterns are about £4, so they're quite good. But that's a little bit about the Lopey. So are we ready to do Facebook then?
Yeah, sorry, I am still here. I'm just trying to get my cats to leave me alone.
They're always funny, aren't they, cats? So Lopey Design, I'm sort of pretty hooked with Lopey stuff now I've had a look. Let me just refresh and make sure that nothing's gone in here in the last few minutes. So Sarah, working on the Waterfall Cardigan to go with the chevron stripes I crocheted a little bit ago, was going to do it all in teal, but I realised I was going to run out and started working into purple. That is lovely. Absolutely loving that. And I'm thinking, I don't know what needles you're working on, because that's the green thing. So I don't know what has green in it.
That's cable though, isn't
I've only ever seen purple. Yeah, the green cable. What type of needles are them? Because I've only ever seen the purple ones.
No, I've got green in my Zing interchangeables, I think.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know what they are. I'm always fascinated by what people use, but I love those colours together. So well done on that. Here is Sarah's project, modelled by me and the happy customer. Oh, let's look at that. Oh, that's nice. Fabulous. Fab. Love that. And that's two projects. So well done to Sarah. And yeah, so you've done two. Sorry, I was just double checking if they're both from Sarah. Yes, they are. Well done. Dara says, haven't finished anything lately, but have been doing lots of frogging. Oh, I know that. And you're definitely in the right place, aren't you? Saw this book in another group and ordered it the same day. I've wanted to design fair isle items for a long time and hope this will take the maths out of it. Oh, that is fascinating. Oh, let's have a look at that. That looks really good. So Deborah, let us know how it works. I love these books. And something just clicks in the brain, doesn't it? And then you know the logic, but you have to follow things. So that's perfect. This is the Lopey thing. So I had a quick look for some designs. Love that shawl. I absolutely love this because it's like odd socks. So they've knitted one side of it, front and back of the left side in one design, and front and back in the right side in a different design. And on the back of that, it's cut down the middle, so it's cardigan at the back as well. So really quite interesting design. So really like that one. Love this one. I thought that was really simplistic, but what I really loved was the little buttons, which really do match the yoke. And this one is just so different. When you look at the pattern, it all looks like a lace design on the back. If you can see just around there, this all comes out over the back. So I think that's the next one I want to do. And then I had to put a little picture of their Icelandic sheep on. So there, the wool doesn't look as long as some of ours has grown. But maybe that's how they were thousands of years ago before we started breeding them and crossbreeding them to make them, you know, the wool longer. But cute little sheep there. So we've got that. And then what I'd ask is that if you could share your favourite patterns as well. I love this one as well. Absolutely gorgeous, Safi. I really love that one. And on this one, I just love the fact that you've got this design all down here. And I did put in the comments that I had a bit of a dream about making a black creation with gold, like some form of Celtic knot. So I was thinking that could be really, really nice in black with like a Celtic knot design. So who knows what I'm going to do with that? But that was really, really good. So I was thinking about that sort of creation. So thank you very much, Safi. And was there anything else in the app? Louise has put this one down. That is just beautiful. Absolutely love them. And the fact that it's so detailed at the bottom as well, but that's almost like feathers, isn't it? And this is sort of answering some of my question when I'm watching my all of these Scandinavian noir programs. They don't wear big jumpers. They're not thick. They're very, very thin, and this is why. And this is a free pattern that's on there that's got little penguins all around the neck. I think that's a child's jumper, but that's a beautiful little one. And I think I've shown them all. I've shown them all there. I think so. So thank you ever so much for showing those. Lopey Design, I love them now, and I have to get hold of some of that wool. Robert then put on about Aldi having yarn online, and there were 55,000 people in the queue. Later on, there were about 800,000 people in the queue. There weren't really 2.6 billion people in the queue, but I just put it on as a bit of a joke. I can't believe now that we have queues online. It's just weird, don't you think? Bizarre. We looked at that the other day as well. We looked at that as well and looked at Linda's beautiful work. Oh, what's this? Linda's new baby quilt on the cutting table, and you can see her precision design yet again. Brigitte says looks like a Chinese puzzle to me. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. So if you want to know somebody who can make an intricate design logical and easy, Linda makes it look really easy, much easier than I ever could. Did we look at this the other day? I don't think we did, but this is beautiful. Thank you so much, Louise. I love those colours, don't you, Robert?
It's from Mothie and Squid. It's called 12 Days of Christmas. It's called 12 Days, but I think it's because there's 12 different colour stripes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's lovely. I really like
just
that.
Having a cup of tea. Yeah. And what I think is really interesting is here. I don't know what that design is, or if that's just in the wall, but that looks, yeah, that's just in the wall.
No, that's a lace edge.
But, is it? Oh, sorry, because I was thinking that was little bit dark bits. That's the thing coming through, isn't it? Sorry, I was wondering how it got that into. That's right. So absolutely beautiful, and yeah, the colours are just so striking. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much and well done. Tracy is saying 2 baby cardigans and a jumper for one of the charities she's knit for. I love that little pico. Is that a pico edge? Some form of edge. Looks like a bit of a pico. But they're beautiful. They're going to some very, very, very good homes. Well done, Tracy. And David is not a new member. He kicked himself out of the group by accident and came back in. So that's why he's shown as a new member. He's not. He's been with us for a long time. But that is beautiful. I love those colours. So well done there. And I think you've got a little bit left. So I think there may be a scarf to match that coming along. But I love the colours. You mentioned about the latte, grape and oatmeal. Yeah, so I think you need to do latte, grape and oatmeal, something or other to go with it. Secret Frog, as we said, that's sorted out now. That was really good. The charts. I think we've gone through everything now. Let me know if we missed anything.
What was really interesting about Secret Frogger was I sent it out on Friday and somebody posted theirs Friday afternoon and it got there Saturday. So some people really quick off the mark this time.
Wow,
so it's going to be really interesting to see what people have decided to send people.
Ooh, can't wait to see. Oh, sorry, it's really chilly out there. I've got the door open again because of the cat who keeps darting from one side of the garden to the other. So I'll shut the door in a minute when we've finished. I wonder if I've got a chance just to do another row.
Yeah, I think you have. I've had to put mine down. I've had to put mine down. I'm just so tired.
Oh,
I'm definitely going to sleep after.
Oh, bless. Yeah, she's just come in and walked past the wall, and she's now going to see me mum. Thankfully, she's left my wall alone.
So really... Deborah says she's knitting at the moment, but I have to do boring things afterwards. Sarah says Leon Solent is near Southampton along the coast on the way to Portsmouth. I'm on the Portsmouth side of Southampton, so it's pretty close to me. She says that the cables were for 5mm ones from Amazon, and that they do all different colours in that plasticky tube material. And then Deborah says, Angela, the book is full of charts, so if you need to swatch first and work out your tension, you can then use any yarn and follow the chart for stitches, decreases, etc.
Oh, I like that.
And then Deborah Brigitte makes me laugh. She says, Deborah, I have a book like that called Husband. Robbie's brilliant at working out stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Sorry, don't you find it really annoying? It's really easy to sort out, but when you realise that you've done a purl where it should be a knit in a rib, like 3 or 4 rows below, and you think, how did I do that? And then you think, because I'm talking and chatting at the same time, that's how I did it. Oh dear. So really, really good. I don't have one of those called Husband, but my husband is really good at line plastering and stuff like that, and DIY and putting in a replacement floor and everything else that goes with an old property. Oh dear. So I'll finish
Amber
this
says
row.
thanks for a wonderful start today. Then... She's going to see us on Saturday. And Princess Curtain Crusher says hello, Splodgy.
Hello, Princess Curtain Crusher, and how are you today, Poppet? Splodgy Dodgy's gone in the other room now. Probably going to go and collapse. She's been fed. She's had biscuits. The only thing she hasn't had yet is cat milk. So she can have that when she's settled down. So bless her. Oh, and Brigitte says we've brightened up a dull morning. Well, we're happy about that because that's what Absolutely. We're here to do. Yeah, yeah. And because the last couple of days, yesterday it was really quite dull in the morning, so you never know, it may pass and it may brighten a little bit, but I don't think it's going to brighten as much as it did yesterday. But we did have red sky last night, didn't we? So that should say that we've got a nice day.
Did we? I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was beautiful red sky. I only noticed because I realised, oh, I'll tell you about the milkman another day. But I had to go out for milk. Yeah, so I went out for milk and I was coming back. It was beautiful, really, really lovely red skies. So, which is always nice. So I'm just going to have a quick look at it's going to be sunny this afternoon from about 2 o'clock onwards. So you should get a little bit of sunshine later. Because it's pretty damn cold, but it's only going to get up to about 9 degrees around here today. So if you can stay in at all, you're probably as well staying in. Oh dear, I am chilly. You're looking very tired, Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought I'd be fine. I thought I'd last the hour, but quite clearly not.
No. So I think you should go. We're on 58 anyway, so we just want to say a huge, lovely Monday morning to every Gogglefrogger, and thank you so much, Robert, for making it today. I think this has proven that even talking on camera for an hour takes a lot of energy, so just relax for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
All right, so anyway, Gogglefroggers, we're going to get off now. See you on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. GMT. And bring your gin to go with the GMTV at 8 o'clock. So see you at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, hopefully with gin.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.